That's the in-flight crew.
Oh, now he has. There we go.
Can you read that from here?
Vaguely.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll read them. He'll read them.
Yeah.
But,
Translate for us in the background.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Hello, podcasting people. Just say something.
1-1 was a racehorse. 2-2 was 1-2. 1-1 won a race. 2-2 1-1-2.
That was good.
Yeah,
That's a voice for radio. That one.
Mm-hmm. No go changing.
Comes later on. We do it all with the karaoke. Comes later on.
Yeah. Does that have to be? Does that have to be plane related?
No.
No?
What was I doing? I was doing Islands in the Stream last night.
Nice, good.
But
good
technically,
choice.
that was kind of related because we're on a stream and islands and the stream.
Yeah, you're flying from island to island.
At that point, yeah, we were. Yeah.
There we go. I think
That's clever. Why didn't you do that last night?
What was that?
Ah, there you go. Look at the viewer figures jumping up. Look at that.
Okay, and please share.
Go on, Dave. Yeah.
All right, you're back in.
Right, he's back. So once Chris is out of the way and he puts his headset on, which he's doing right now, we can now talk to Dave, who's joining us from History Matters. Hi, Dave. How you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself to the people that are watching?
Hello there. How you doing? My name is Dave, and I'm one of a duo. Myself and my wife Susie formed a company in 2011 called History Matters Ltd. We did it because we came into the world of history through doing medieval reenactment at joining a group called the Historic Saltire Society back in 2003. After I left the RAF in 2000, and Susie was a member of the RAF.
Ah, awesome. My parents are from the RAF.
Right.
My dad did 33 years and my mum did 12, all at Lossy and all sorts. So we will get into this, no doubt.
Yes.
So Chris's chat GDP questions tell me that you also run a touring business as well.
We do, yeah. So we run Touring Scotland Matters. So
right.
The theme is always matters.
Yeah.
And Touring Scotland Matters, it's an offshoot. We were giving tours through the History Matters Limited, but after COVID and we failed to get funding, blah, 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 we split the business into two.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
So obviously we're here to talk about history, and we're in a simulator of a plane. Aviation has such a rich history, has a risk history as well. Is there any kind of local stories or kind of anything interesting locally that you can share with us?
There isn't. I put my glasses on for this.
Oh, that's all right.
Notes I've read earlier.
You suddenly become 10 times cleverer when you put glasses on.
Or like having 7 pints.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's so much to discuss, and it was the ChatGPT thing, but
throw that away. We're just going to have a chat.
So I've got my notes there. Humankind's always been fascinated by flight and how to soar like the birds above us. And in fact, they say one of the earliest recorded legends appear in Greek myth involving, Icarus.
I know there is a plane model called an Icarus.
So hopefully that plane doesn't, when it flies too close to the sun, it doesn't melt.
It doesn't get that high at all. No.
Right. Okay. So Icarus and his dad, Daedalus, they come from around about 1400 BC. Mm-hmm. They get imprisoned on the island of Crete by Minos, the evil king Bu-His-Bu, and Daedalus, being a master engineer, much like Chris from Ness Aviation, design a suit that allows them to fly off the island. But he warns his son Icarus, don't fly too close to the sun or too close to the waves. Go too close to the sun, then the wax will melt out your wings and you'll fall into the sea. Icarus goes, whatever, old man, you know nothing, Jon Snow. And he goes too close to the sun, the wax melts, and there he falls into the sea and he drowns. Hey presto. Yeah, so poor Icarus. And then Alexander the Great. Do you remember Alexander the Great?
Vaguely at some point. It's been a long time.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, rules lots of the world. But when he died, they said that he ascended to the heavens, being pulled by in a chariot lifted by griffins, which was nice.
Just interesting.
Yeah.
Because side note, that the call sign for British Airways out of Gatwick is Griffin. Did you know?
No,
Did you know that?
No,
there you go.
Yeah. And we'll see a lot of these crossovers when we ask the questions.
Because you do see them be given, and you think, why not did they choose that? Well, there you go.
So there you go. So maybe Alexander the Great, they should be doing an advertising campaign.
Yeah.
British Airways, you're on it.
Other low-cost carriers out of Gatwick are available.
In Celtic and Scottish folklore, we have heroes and deities often travel through the skies in chariots of light or bird form. Do you know the Kayach? The Kayach?
Probably.
So there's the crone aspect of the triple-headed goddess.
Okay.
And they say that she's a Scottish winter goddess, and she was said to ride storm clouds, which is a mythic precursor to Scotland's association with tempestuous weather and daring airmen and airwomen that we'll go on to later. Witches. Yeah, so we're here to talk about witches as well.
Okay.
Do witches ride on broomsticks?
Hopefully. Because that would ruin Halloween if they didn't.
Not here in Scotland.
Do they not?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's an import.
I can't remember what they do. What do they do with broomsticks?
Sorcery.
Witchcraft and Harry Potter.
I did not know that.
So that's looking back at the more ancient Celtic legends, but by the 14th, 18th centuries we have the Renaissance and we go through to the Enlightenment. So 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci's flying machines.
Oh no, it's him.
Leonardo da Vinci's flying machines, he creates the Ornithopter sketches around about 1485, 1505.
They're fascinating then, because the concept is actually quite realistic, but obviously back then they didn't have the resource to do it.
1485.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Also in the 15th century, I don't know if you ever heard of a man called John Damien.
No.
Yeah, anybody at home? So John Damien, he lived from about 1470 to 1530. He was an Italian-born alchemist, and he was here in Scotland in the court of King James IV. And as well as being an alchemist, he was a pioneer aviator.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so
the two do go quite hand in hand.
They do,
Once you get established in the industry, you see that
gold, flying.
Flying
gold. Yeah, so he seems to have considerable influence with King James IV, and was referred to by some of the court as the French leech, because he came across from. But amongst his numerous sidelines, as well as alchemy, was trying to keep public opinion good about the king, because the king's support was starting to wane a wee bit.
Yeah.
He declared in September 1507 that he would leap from the walls of Stirling Castle and fly to France in a suit made of feathers.
I can see this not working.
So he launched himself from the castle walls, only to crash immediately afterwards into a dunghill 70 feet below where he broke his leg.
That's not the worst thing that could have happened, but it's not the best.
No. And what might be regarded as the world's first aviation accident investigation. Damien later reported to the king that the failure had been caused by the accidental incorporation of some hen feathers into the wings. The problem being that hens could not fly. So that's how he explains it to the king. Despite his failures as an alchemist and aviator, he was given a large pension by James IV when he retired as Abbot of Tongland in 1509. Yeah.
That's all it needs for a large pension. Count me in.
Yeah. So get yourself willing to leap off Stirling Castle into the dunghill below.
I think there'll be some mass imbalance problems. But,
and then our first true Scottish aviator in 1784. And bearing in mind, this is only 8 years after the formation of the United States of America. In 1784, Tytler, he becomes the first Briton to fly ascending in a hot air balloon in Edinburgh, just months after the Montgolfier brothers' flight in France. So locals call him Balloon Tytler. Though eccentric, he marks Scotland's entry into aviation history.
It's quite interesting because there is a movie, the name escapes me, on Amazon with, what's his name? Is it Eddie Redmayne?
Yes.
And Felicity Jones about the balloon.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very good.
It is. But unfortunately, a wee bit of research shows she was completely created for that and put in. Unfortunately.
Was that actually him in that movie?
Tyler.
Yeah.
No, it was before him, I think.
Right. Okay.
So it may be all about the Montgolfier.
Right. Okay. I need to have a look. That's really annoying because it's a good movie and now you've ruined it for me. So thank you. It's all right. I'm used to disappointment these days. Yeah.
It's like Mark Curnow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Other Scottish people involved in the industry, 1830s to 1890s. I mean, 1830s, we're thinking the beginning of what we're going to know as the Victorian era.
Yeah.
All the way through that time period, we've got Albert coming across. That's sehr gut for any of our journalists. And yeah, all the time ballooning is going on. So in Scotland, it became a public spectacle with shows in Glasgow Green and Princes Street Gardens in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, inspiring generations of Scottish aviators. Yeah. Here's contentious 1896. 1896. Yeah, we have.
No, you muted it.
Oh. Can't read my notes then.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah.
I too. I just hold them up
So we
there.
got close.
Yeah.
We should have gone Specsavers.
Rob!
Yeah, should have gone Specsavers. Actually, we did today.
There you go.
All right, did I mute it?
No, that's all good.
Okay, so I'm reading from my notes here because we've got so many. There's so much about aviation history. But in 1896, Percy Pilcher is Scotland's glider pioneer. Yeah, he's a former Royal Navy engineer. Pilcher built and flew several gliders near Cardross in Dunbartonshire. His glider, the Hawk, achieved controlled flight before the Wright brothers.
We're claiming it.
He died in a crash in 1899.
Oh, okay, well, maybe not.
If not for that, historians believe he might have beaten the Wrights to powered flight.
See, I didn't know that.
1899.
And I think that's a travesty.
Aye. So this is what our company does. We find unique individuals in history and we bring them to life because people should know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're claiming that for King and Country.
1899.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get the costume made and we build the glider, then we're going to do it. 20th century, 1903, the Wright brothers fly. We know about Kitty Hawk in North Carolina, confirmed that powered flight was possible. Yeah, building on gliders experiments like Pilcher's.
So is there any evidence to suggest that the Wright brothers nicked some ideas from...
It's a good question. Pilcher, it's a good question. I think what's been done at the time is everybody is looking at everybody else's research and development.
Copying their work.
But what the Wright brothers were credited with was an absolutely insane level of detail when it came to working things out. They didn't do anything else other than go and sit and work it and glide and glide and glide and glide. Mm-hmm. And then we know that Orville becomes the first one to fly. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know Keith and Orville? You know the wee birds?
Oh, yes.
Is that why he's called Orville?
Maybe. Who knows?
I wish I could fly.
Yes, I was brought up properly. None of this nonsense. Proper entertainment.
So we've got loads of information about first Scottish airfields, etc. And you're a fan of Ness Aviation? You're a fan of all of the things?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Ness Aviation or Chris.
All right, okay.
I'm just helping out a poor soul.
Good stuff.
But
okay, what's your name, sorry? Hi, Robert. Nice to meet you. So we're going to have fingers and the buzzers. I'm going to ask you about some of the aircraft here at Ness Aviation.
Sit just out of view so I can't see.
No, it's all right. No, we trust you.
Stare him down.
Okay, so fingers on the buzzers. Yeah. Chris we are currently in a Boeing 737 800 NG, or next generation. When was the Boeing 737 800 NG first launched?
96.
Any advance or de-advance on?
NG, that's got to be early. I'd said like 97, 98.
Any advance? Any advance from the cockpit? 92. The man that created and built this whole thing is wrong. Any other advance?
Go on, Gregor. He's too young. He was only born in like 2010.
When was the Boeing 737 800 NG launched? You got it right earlier on.
No, it can't have been 2002 because the original series of Airline had them introducing Airline around 2001, and that was the 700 series. So the 800 came.
1998. 1997.
Not in the 80s.
I said
It could be in the 80s.
You said 92. You were 1 year out. 1993.
All right. Okay,
Ooh.
that's fair.
All right.
the class is the next generation, 1993. Like,
Yeah.
That's okay.
We weren't born.
No.
Chris was born. Gregor wasn't even thought of. That's...
93, yeah.
I don't think we were thought of.
And Mum and Dad enjoyed their young years. Oh, that's interesting.
And that's when we should launch it, Carrot. We are young.
See, this is the stupid thing with aviation, is they say this is the next generation, and then it takes them 20 years to launch the product or for the product to become effective.
Exactly, yeah.
To the point that, you know, the RAF have got the P8 Poseidon and they're saying it's our new future thing. No, it's a design from 93 on an airframe built in this or designed in the 60s.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well done.
But it's conversely in 1903, when it all kicks off,
Yeah.
how quickly, I mean, the Royal Air Force
Yeah.
gets formed in 1918.
Yeah.
So within 15 years, they've developed this incredible technology from the Wright
Yeah.
brothers and from the glider experiments going on in the late 1800s to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, the shift.
Well, in
this.
60 odd years, they've landed on the moon.
Yeah,
So-
exactly, yeah.
In a machine that has less power than your human.
Sorry, that was a
machines.
spoiler. That was coming up later.
Oh,
on.
was it? Sorry. Oh,
I'm joking, I'm joking.
oh, sorry. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry, I feel bad now.
No,
because I've
don't
ruined the
worry, no,
whole
no.
stream.
No, it's all good. Can we just press pause? Is that
We
okay?
can put
So History Matters Ltd was first born.
Yeah. Do we have to go through that again? No. Go on. Sorry, I feel like I've stopped you mid-flow.
No.
All right. Okay. We'll go on the other one.
What else have we got?
So what else did Chris find on ChatGDP? I wonder. Do you know? It just shows how lazy he is, isn't it? Really. That
He's a busy boy.
he can't produce a podcast and fly at the
around the
same
world.
time.
Yeah,
so
honestly. Yeah.
if you just asked me,
What's he saying? No,
it's not that much.
Some people want.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyway, tell me about your favourite era in aviation.
Ooh. Again, I think we just touched on it, to be honest. I think it's a lot to do with the initial formation. When we're doing any historical presentations, we love to always ask the question of how did it all start?
Ooh, mood lighting.
Yeah. Don't go changing.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby.
Yeah, origin stories. Yeah, everything
Yeah.
has a beginning, and it's
Yeah.
incredible to think of the evolution of us looking now back the way.
Yes.
So 1903 through those formative years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely astounding for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else has Chris put then? So he's talked about World War II. Now this is an era that I find very, very interesting. And when I've been flying up and about, you can still see like seaplane bases up in the Cromsey Firth and
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. My gran lived at Nether Dalkey, so we used to go up and have a look at the old control tower and things like that. So what's a surprising fact that people might not know about World War II aviation in the area?
In the area.
Well, it doesn't have to be in the area, it could be any time.
Yeah, and Scotland wide, UK wide, but in the area, I love the knowledge that up in Wick they built a fake airfield.
Yeah.
So during the Second World War, when the Luftwaffe were conducting their bombing campaigns, what they would do is at curfew time they would switch the lights of Wick off, but have the lights of this fake town blazing away in the peat bogs. So the Luftwaffe would be flying over, they'd drop all the bombs on to the peat bogs and harmless. And this went on, and the German spies got to know about that. So the Germans started to build their own fake village, and being master carpenters, they carved everything out of wood. All their fake buildings were carved out of wood.
Wow.
Yeah, much like a modern day film set. So the RAF or SOE, the spies that got to know about this, reported back, and the RAF had a wooden bomb carved with the word boom on the side of it. And they waited. SOE reported that the Germans had completed building their wooden town, and the RAF dropped the wooden bomb into this wooden town with the word boom written on it.
I've got not an interesting one as such, but I quite like the fact that the raid on the Tirpitz was launched originally from Lossiemouth.
That's right,
Yeah, so they went up to Wick, I think, and then launched from Wick properly. But the main squadron was 9 Squadron, who are still at Lossiemouth now. And they went and bombed the Tirpitz.
Yeah, and
which is why they insist on having the word 9 Bomber Squadron in their name.
All right, excellent. Yeah, thank you.
So that's one of my fun facts.
It's amazing. The whole area up here around Inverness and the Moray Firth, and did you know that the beaches were used for practice for D-Day landings? So they had sent the spies into Normandy, swimming in the middle of the night to try and get sand samples, to find out what consistency of sand it was and whether the landing craft were going to be able to go on or sink. Yeah. So they found the closest one was places along the Moray coast.
Yeah.
And they were conducting these practice runs, and there were 2 German spies reportedly, having seen what was going on, fled back to the train station and got captured at Nairn.
No way.
Yeah. So what we think happened is that for all of the atrocities he did, they said the one good thing they say about Hitler is that at least he made the public transport run on time in Germany. So we think what happened was these 2 German spies, they're sort of integrated into the local populace, and much like the Great Escape, when they get back there, because everything in Germany runs on time, they stand on our train platform, which our public transport is always notoriously late. And in a great escape type moment, they go, "Oh, where is this train?" Oops. And they get captured.
Sven, where's the train?
And they get captured and locked up for the rest of the war. Yeah.
That is fantastic. I did not know that. I'm quite chuffed at that.
Another really interesting fact is that, did you know that the Royal Air Force were losing the Battle of Britain?
Yes, I did know this,
And the Luftwaffe had changed. They had gone and conducted a bombing campaign all the way down the southeast coast, down in Lincolnshire, etc., to destroy the airfield.
Yeah.
Because they said, once the Spitfires were up, they didn't have anywhere to land.
Yeah.
They would be less of a threat. And the only thing that saved the Royal Air Force was Hitler. He, for some reason, we don't know why, he changed the orders to the Luftwaffe to recommence or to start the bombing campaigns of the cities rather than the airfield. And that gave the RAF breathing space, which led eventually to the Battle of Britain.
Yes, and the whole fact that the Blitz pretty much started by accident as well, where the Germans, I think, just accidentally dropped some bombs on London, so we retaliated, and then it basically started from there.
Tit for tat,
which is just typical British, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, the Battle of Britain is one of my favourite movies, which staggers me that so many people his age haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I think Gregor has, but I'm not gonna pester him just now because he's locked in.
They're a bit busy planning a landing, aren't they?
Yeah, it's funny how serious they take it when we're actually just sat in an industrial unit in Inverness.
What are we? Have you stood there and when he banks the plane, your body compensates? Do you find that?
Sometimes, not often, but
a couple of beers, honestly. Yeah, that's what happens.
I'm game. But no, I think certainly the history around how close Britain did come to losing the Battle of Britain is quite scary. But on that as well, the remains of the Battle of Britain, the fact that they have QRA and things like that still exists because they're sat in Lossiemouth, 40 miles away down the coast. Yeah. They're just hanging about.
Yeah.
So that has not stopped since the Battle of Britain. Yeah. It didn't stop before the Battle of Britain, but that fighter pilot spirit still exists now.
I think as well another really surprising thing is when doing the research of during the whole battle for the skies throughout the Second World War was how many other nationalities got involved.
Massively,
with the Royal Air Force,
It's that famous ending scene of the Battle of Britain where it tells you a breakdown of what happened, and not just British and Commonwealth soldiers, but the pilots were in Germany as well, because everyone's very quick to realise that Britain won, but also that came in at a massive sacrifice to Germany as well.
For sure.
So you can see some. I think there's some German graves at Nether Dalekey actually. I might be wrong.
But yeah, we've got loads from Poland, New Zealand, Czechoslovakia as it was at the time, Free France, and the Republic of Ireland, and even from Barbados, to name a few.
That is sure.
So one pilot or 2 pilots from Barbados.
But to notice this as well, because I'll touch on Chris's heritage as well. The Polish Air Force had their was it 6-3? Not 6-3. Squadron 303 squadron, I think it was, the Polish ones.
Good.
And there was a massive discrimination against them because they didn't think they were good enough. And then they eventually had to stand them up, and it turned out they were actually quite good.
Yeah.
Which is in the Battle of Britain as well. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Bardzo dobrze.
What? I don't know what that means.
You don't want to know.
That's fine.
That's for all the Polish watching at home.
Right,
Nie rozumiem po polsku. Okay. Yeah.
No, I couldn't tell you. Right, let's go back into the chat GDP questions.
Yeah.
What did you want? Question 3 on the list? Just section 3.
What era of aviation history did I find?
All right. Yeah.
I love being ex-Royal Air Force. I love the formation of the Royal Air Force in 1918 from the Royal Flying Corps and the Naval Air Arm. And for those interested, Susie put these notes together.
Here we go.
Yeah, the Royal Flying Corps. Fingers on the buzzers. When was the Royal Flying Corps formed?
1915. 15?
Any advance?
15. It's got. What? Oh,
1912.
I'm so sorry, Dad, if you're watching. This is so disappointing.
Okay.
My dad never told me.
All right.
39 years in the Air Force, he was
Formed from the Royal Flying Corps and what other service?
Naval something. RFC and it's not the Fleet Air Arm, but it was like the Naval.
Yeah.
Naval,
Keep going.
Naval Air Service.
And because it's the Navy, they have to be preceded by the word
Royal.
So the Royal Naval Air Service. Well done. And they were
There.
formed in.
Well, the Naval Air Service.
Yeah.
That would be
the RFC's 1912.
12. Yeah.
The RFCs say to the ships, "We want to launch aircraft off your boats." What do you think the Navy say?
always says we want our own.
We want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be better than you.
1913, 1914.
14. Well
14.
done. Yeah.
Go on.
So the Royal Navy, as always, being the senior service, said absolutely not. To you launching your army planes off our very naval boats. So they formed their own. And then 4 years later, we had the Royal Air Force, 1st of April, 1918. And did you ever say to your dads about the Royal Air Force being formed on April Fool's Day? Yeah.
That's quite a good one.
Okay, so things are the buzzers.
Okay.
Okay, one of the other simulators here at NES Aviation is the Piper Tomahawk. When was that first introduced?
I'm going to get this wrong, and I worked with them for 5 years. First introduced, not built, so first introduced.
Oh, there's some serious thinking going on. You can hear the wheels and the cogs turning.
78, I think.
Well done. 1978. Single piston engine, low wing, T-tail, and it's a two-seater. Well done.
That would have looked terrible. Absolutely.
Did you have any?
I could give you some fun Tomahawk facts.
Yeah, please, yeah.
So Piper wanted to build a far superior training aircraft to that of the 150, 152 kind of era from Cessna, and they were under a bit of heat. They had the PA-28 model, which was quite good, but they turned around to a whole bunch of flight instructors and said, what do you want out of a training aircraft? So every single bit of the Tomahawk has got a reason behind it. So it can spin, not that you shouldn't, it's a bit, no. But actually in the cockpit it's very ergonomic, so everything's where it feels naturally should be. It's surprisingly spacious, so I mean you could sit quite comfortably in one, which would be quite challenging out at PA-28, that's for sure. And it flies nice, it's got a nice stall about it. If you get it wrong it will spin, which is not particularly great. But it's a very nice training aircraft, and I'm sure if Ryan is in the comments somewhere, he will confess his love of Tomahawk.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your fun fact from.
No,
from
thank you.
Mike.
That should be a podcast for you. Huh?
I'm just watching them land and look at that, beautiful.
Seamless. I didn't need. All right, ready? Ready?
Long landing, that's my trick.
Yeah.
I just saw the side windows as well. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that. I wonder where they're flying to.
So we're in Milan.
Milan. Yeah.
So it all depends on where we're stacked in the world. Because if we go off to the right, that's a low-cost terminal.
Oh, is it?
So we're the rough and tough there. But if we go off to the left, we're in the nice posh terminal with all the Emirates passengers.
Have you heard of Fascinating Ada?
No.
They did cheap flights, so they would be going off in that direction. Yeah, flights for 50p, yeah. Probably not appropriate for some of the age group watching, but if you get a chance.
Lightning sticks with you is if you haven't prepared to use the steps, you'll have to jump.
Yeah.
With
With a wee addition, yeah.
Yeah. Happy days. Happy day. I mean, to be fair, there are some aircraft that you could just like, if it's an ATR, just like, fine.
I mean, that's built in anyway. It's
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
I mean, the forward told me just climb in and out of anyway because it only sits with that high off the ground.
Well, there you go.
But do you think that would be a money saving for everybody and fun for the passengers at the end of a long flight? They just inflate this big.
Well, are you ready for another fun
go on,
Boeing
go on.
737 NG thing? So Ryanair were the first operators of the NG series to have steps into them because they realised that if they could carry their own steps, certainly on door one left, it would be cheaper. And they worked out per aircraft, per day, per week, per month, per year, how much money they would save. So every
Wow.
single Ryanair aircraft now has its own set of front steps.
That's brilliant.
Saves on handling costs because they're only paying for like rear steps if necessary.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Eh?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
and they sometimes go to places where there is a jetway, but they won't use it, so you'll still have to just use the steps.
Wow.
Fun
That's
fact
awesome.
for you.
Yeah,
There
I
you
like
go.
that. Thank
There you go. You can enjoy that.
Thank you.
Go on. Let's go to the next section, which is section 3. Unless we've missed anything.
No, I
else,
don't think so.
section
You're right.
2.
Yeah.
So, how do you go about researching and uncovering these stories? Do you go into archives? Do you visit people, visit places, chat to people? What's your methods?
Yeah, definitely archives and site visits.
Right.
Definitely. And again, we're looking to go into these environments having at least, if we can, 3 primary sources to be able to bring these people to life. But something I think we're missing a real trick on is interviewing the people that have the memories and the stories and the lived experiences.
Yeah.
And interviewing them and recording them in some way to be able to take those stories and to keep it for future
If
generations.
Roy is watching, we'll get you down here, Roy, because you know you're getting on a bit. So, and Roy's older than time itself, so he will kill me for that. Sorry, I interrupted you there
that's
just
all right.
for some cheap comedy there. But
No. It's all right, Roy. We'll get him after. These young whippersnappers. I don't know if have you watched BBC iPlayer for the lost D-Day tapes?
I have seen them. Admittedly, I haven't
Incredible.
seen them.
So they interviewed some people straight after D-Day. Yeah, they
Right, okay.
interviewed British soldiers, American soldiers, French civilians, and German soldiers, and they got recorded interviews. And then the BBC took young actors that looked like the original people that had been interviewed, and they lip synced the original interviews to these young actors now.
Oh wow!
And you can't tell that it's not them talking. The mannerisms there. There's one guy smoking a cigarette, and the young actor's going. Yeah.
Oh wow!
There's one
That's
guy
incredible.
that's having his probably a wee bit of PTSD going on, and he's reacting. And the actor has to do the mannerisms of this guy that's been recorded in
That's
1944. Yeah, it's
fascinating.
awesome. It's awesome. So those sources are invaluable.
Yeah.
But again, the word of mouth and an understanding as well that even with the written word, sometimes the victors write the history books. So when you go and look at things like Culloden, for example, you look at the original Culloden notes and who was writing them, and if it was very pro-government at the time, it was very anti-Jacobite.
Yeah.
However, places like Culloden now, Visitor Centre, they have both sides of the story represented as you walk around it. So it gives you a well-balanced view, and that's what we try and achieve.
Yeah. So how did you feel about stuff like They Shall Not Grow Old? You know, the BBC, not the BBC, the movie released a couple of years ago where they kind of AI enhanced a whole load of World War I things. I don't know if you've seen that, but it looks pretty good.
It is, yeah. And I think Exactly that. It's creating the knowledge to want you, like reenactment, to go and find out more for yourself.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and to take the old footage and to give it a chance to be relevant to the people's expectation today, like the younger generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I must admit, I feel, as I say, relatively young, that people, or my generation and below, don't embrace history as much as they should do. So we're in a time of the year where people are wearing poppies, but they don't know why we wear poppies, and that really frustrates me. And it's really important to live these stories back as accurately as possible, so we can start feeling a bit, like it. And it's not going to be before long that we're seeing people from Afghanistan and Iraq and all this lot becoming the history item,
And you're absolutely right, and unfortunately there are parallels now with what went on before.
Yes, yeah.
And what is currently going on in the world.
Yeah.
And you look at these parallels and think how scary it is, and if we don't have even the knowledge of that, then much like happened before, it came as a big surprise to a lot of people that it was too late to stop this change from taking place,
Yeah, that's fascinating. I'll go in for another ChatGPT question.
Okay, well.
Have you ever stumbled on a story or a piece of history completely by accident?
Yes, we have.
Have you? Excellent.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
So back in day, I'm a stories. So we joined our medieval reenactment group in 2003, as I said, and we concentrate on the Scots Wars of Independence. So during the Scots Wars of Independence, we were telling everybody about Robert the Bruce, his last days, and in 1329, he knows he's dying, so he calls in his two favourite generals, Sir Thomas Randolph and Sir James Douglas. So Thomas Randolph, he says, "You're going to be guardian of Scotland on behalf of my young son David, who's too young to rule." To Sir James Douglas, he says, "When I am dead, I want you to open up my chest, take my heart out, and take it on crusade, because I could never leave Scotland undefended. I have to atone for all the evil deeds I did." So a very reluctant James Douglas does that, and Robert the Bruce dies in 1329. So the following year, Sir James Douglas, along with other, and he's also called the Black Douglas, by his enemies. So Sir James Douglas, or the good Sir James as we call him, he goes off on crusade with some other Scottish knights, and they get as far as Spain, where a local king, King Alfonso, is fighting against the Moors in a place called Tiba. And during the Battle of Tiba, Sir James Douglas and the rest of the Christian knights, Scottish Christian knights, are cut off from the rest of the Christian army. And knowing their death is inevitable, Sir James Douglas takes the casket containing Robert the Bruce's heart, throws it ahead of him into the master pack ranks of the Moors, and shouts, "Onwards, brave heart, as ever was your wont."
That was a good impression.
And then it was verbatim. And he and the other Scottish knights were killed. Accounts differ then of what happens, but we know that eventually the casket containing Robert the Bruce's heart, and Sir James Douglas's body make it back to Melrose Abbey in the Borders, where you still have it. So Robert the Bruce's body is in Dunfermline Abbey, his heart's in Melrose Abbey. So in 2006, I went to university, and one of the things I was studying was Spanish. And we years later got invited to a wedding in Spain. And we stopped and went off to try and find this village of Tiba.
That's cool.
We went into this village in Tiba and went to see the Castle of the Stars, where James Douglas had said to be fighting his battle. And it was just as an aside, we were just dotting around in the car after the wedding. And went into a local coffee shop, and the girl behind the counter, I haven't spoken Spanish for about 8 years at this point, and she went, "Donde vives?" Like, "Where do you live?" I went, "Vivo en Escocia." And she went, "Oh, Escocia, ¿sabes este es un monumento de Douglas de Negro aquí en Tiba?" And I went, "Más despacio, por favor." more slowly. She went, "Okay, ¿sabes este es un monumento?" I went, no, más despacio. She went, "¿Sabes? Yeah, sure."
I'm the same,
So, but she said, "Douglas de Negro." I went, "What, to the Black Douglas? Here, aquí." She said, "Sí." And she gave us directions to go and find this incredible marble monument. On one side is carved in Spanish, and the other side is carved in English, all about Sir James Douglas and the Scottish Knights' sacrifice at the Battle of Tiba in 1330.
Oh, wow.
And that's one of the best accidental experiences in history that we've had traveling around there.
I like that. That's cool. No, I did Spanish at school as well, and I went.
Yeah.
We,
Grande cerveza.
yeah, una cerveza para cuatro, por favor.
Sí, claro.
You're not old enough to know about that. You haven't seen anything. No. Let's go for another one. So I think, to be fair, I think we've covered pretty much all of section 3. You know,
yeah, I think so.
Unless there's anything.
Oh, and who doesn't love hearing a story, myth, or legend from the past? Our year is split up with the most important holidays that have all
course,
come into
yeah,
being
yeah,
from our
yeah,
past. So Christmas, Halloween, Easter, etc. They all have foundation stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favourite one?
Great question. I love Beltane. The Beltane Festival is the last full moon of April, first full moon of May.
Okay.
We have the triple-headed goddess. We have the maiden, the mother, and Kayak. Then linking in later to Samhain, and then learning all about Columba and bringing Celtic Christianity to the north of Scotland.
Yeah.
And about those Celtic Christians merging the what they called the pagan festivals with the Celtic Christian festivals, which was slightly different to the Roman festivals, which didn't come north of the wall that Hadrian had built to lock those savage Pictish people out of civilization because they were too barbaric to join the Roman Empire.
That's quite interesting. Well, I live in Houghton, which is just along from Baghead, and they have the Clavey, which is a bit mental, actually, but it's nice for them to carry on that tradition. I don't know why they want to set fire to their own village, but you know they do. Possibly, I mean they get pretty toasty.
You could
pretty
do it.
good.
Sausage sizzle, maybe misunderstood back in the day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But no, it's quite interesting because they carry it around the community and they'll take bits off the Clavey, you know, boiling hot, and they'll just handle it to esteemed people around the village, and that's seen as a good luck for the year.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. I've never had one, but then again, I'm not from the Brock, so
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm too good.
Yeah.
Let's go back into the questions. Let's have a look and see what we got. I'm going to go into question 4, or section 4, which is all about your touring company. So tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we used to offer tours through the History Company, and for various reasons, including during lockdown, we failed to qualify for funding because neither of our businesses did 95% of one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We decided to split it. So we formed a touring company that's slightly different to a lot of the touring companies around.
HMRC, if you're watching. Nothing to see here.
That it gives a complete bespoke opportunity for anybody to create. So there's no set tours in it.
Right.
Yeah, so we have categories, and we say, what is it that you think you want to see when you come to Scotland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we have these loads of different categories like magnificent mountains, lochs, beautiful beaches, stunning woodlands, etc.
Nightlife of Inverness.
The nightlife, Johnny Fox's, and other nightclubs and pubs available to go and visit.
Some not as good.
No. And then quirky experiences. So this is one of the experiences we can offer people.
Yeah.
You've just flown into Scotland, why not fly out again?
Yeah.
So you take yourself on a journey, and we can guide you from the air of what you're looking at when we're flying over places in Scotland. You know.
That's fascinating. And from where I used to work, it was amazing how quickly you could get around Scotland. So you could do the North Coast 500 in about 2.5 hours, which is pretty cool. The whole thing.
Wow.
Usually your bladder would give up before then, but it's an awesome country, and I think if anyone gets a chance to see it, you've got to make the most of what you're interested in, because there's a bit of everything.
And that's it. But I think with something else we offer that a lot of companies are overlooking is the younger people. So the teenagers especially, a lot of them aren't interested in going to yet another castle or sitting in the car while mum and dad go to the distillery for an hour and a half visit.
Yeah.
You know, so we're trying to find things for the youngsters to do as well. And do you know you can go paragliding down the Great Glen over Loch Ness from Invermorriston?
I did not know that.
Right.
That would terrify me.
Right, do you imagine? Which would be pretty awesome, getting up there and seeing where the kayak's been stamping your foot down and creating the lochs and the glens.
Yes, yeah. It does always scare me slightly when I fly over Loch Ness, knowing that it's quite deep. Because, you know, if you fly, across it. It doesn't. You can do it in about 10 seconds, and you don't realise how that's 8 jumbo jets, wingtip to wingtip, straight down.
Yeah, well.
It's pretty murky.
Is,
It's pretty murky.
And do you know about the Wellington bomber that ditched into it?
I don't actually. You're gonna have to saying that. I think.
Nope.
Who's this coming on? My cousin Tom is on. Now Tom's the Viking chap.
Oh,
So
hi Tom.
he will be loving this, I can tell.
Yeah. Well, thank you to the Vikings for their contribution to what we call modern day Scotland. Yeah. And then how we adopt the thistle as a national flower when we have our wee spat at the Battle of Largs in 1263. Loving your work.
He does a project called the Govan Stones in
Ah.
Glasgow, and admittedly I'm going to get the explanation very, very wrong, but they have a museum and things down there for the original, I think they're Viking era.
Oh, help us out. Put a wee description up, please. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'll pass it on, Tom. So do you have a favourite memory from leading a tour, an interesting experience, something that maybe you weren't expecting but did kind of come out of the woodwork?
Yeah, there are so many. Yeah. There are just so many. Do you know that I took a lady that was a lawyer for the CIA?
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
And she can tell me that, apparently. Yeah, she says it's very strange. She says when you first join the CIA, you sit in this room and these spies come in and they're used to profiling you. So the first time they meet you, they're like, looking you up and down. Yeah. By the third time they meet you, they're going, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Why? What can you see? What can you see?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says, and they turn to her and say, "So, when you say it's illegal for us to do this, is it like the CIA paying out lots of money in compensation illegal, or is it me going to prison illegal?" She's like, "That's not the point. It's illegal. You're not allowed to do it." And did you know that Langley has a gift shop? And the only people that can access the gift shop are people in the CIA.
I did not.
Yeah. So you're like, so gee, Dad, thanks. You got me another baseball cap with the CIA written on it. And then during my research, Langley popped up.
Okay.
Yeah, so Langley was one of the aviators.
No way.
Yeah, and perhaps, and I haven't substantiated it, but perhaps that's where Langley gets his name from, the aviator Langley.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So
Americans do like doing that, naming places after significant contributions from people.
yeah.
Because to be honest, I thought it was always Langley Air Force Base, which is not the same as Langley CIA place, which confused me no end when I found out about that.
Yeah,
I say the other week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very, very frustrating.
But we have it as well as a place like Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Or Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
All of them have for Eilean Donnan Castle as Donnan's Island. Yeah, so lots of them have their roots in the names of the people. Before it's time that we had surnames where it was where you lived or who you were. That's what gets taken across.
That's interesting.
And also people, especially during the Highland clearance years, to begin with, people were forcibly being evicted off the lands and end up going. They may arrive at places like Ellis Island to be processed, going into these new United States, and they wouldn't have necessarily a surname, but they might have off somewhere. So the person doing the processing listens to this very thick Highland accent would say Annie of Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or her husband might have been a Smith, so it's Annie Smith. And then you have the clan names with the Mac being son of. Yeah. MAC usually Scottish, MC usually Irish. But if they're
I
coming,
didn't know that. I did not know that.
but if they're coming from Belfast to Dublin as a stepping stone to go stateside.
Hang on. My cousin Tom
Oh, Tom,
has
go ahead,
just
Tom.
come in. Chris, can I get that off the screen? Chris. Woo. So this would be quite interesting. So my cousin Tom said, "I'd love to hear about the Wellington, actually. I worked with Terence, who I was on stag do with, absolute lad, on his PhD fieldwork on the aircraft that crashed in Scotland in World War II, including the skipper in Kids B-17 that crashed on Ben Nui in Arran." Oh, yeah, Tom, you man.
I'm going to have to check my notes. Where
No,
are they?
Tom, come on.
I had it there. Yeah, I've got my crashes. There's the great mystery.
Look what you've done, Tom.
That's brilliant.
This is good engagement there, you know.
Thanks, Tom. Tom, talk amongst yourself.
Where is it? I'll put a break.
Yeah. Here's a commercial, right?
I could do some singing if you like. Okay. A wee dance.
Yeah. Right, I don't know where it's gone, Tom. So, essentially, the Wellington bomber was on a training flight, and it's quite tragic, actually. It's a snowy and blizzardy night, and the Wellington drops down to height. It has an engine failure, and it knows it's going to have to ditch, and it thinks it's going to have to crash land in the mountains. So the pilot volunteers to stay on while everybody is getting ready to jump out. However, the pilot, as he's turning it over, he spots Loch Ness below him and flies down. Unfortunately, the rear gunner hasn't heard that, and the rear gunner jumps out and unfortunately is killed in the accident. Where the pilot manages to tell everybody else not to jump. And the plane more or less glides in and lands on Loch Ness, and they're able to walk out onto the wing, get into one of the dinghies, and then row off as it sinks below the waves. So around about 30 years later, they bring it back up, and the first time they bring it back up, the frame holding it snaps and it sinks back down again. So they have to get a local engineer to bodge a frame together that brings it back up again, and then it gets taken to eventually to, I think, the Brooklyn Museum, where you can visit it today. I've got all of the details of it somewhere in that, but that's essentially what happens. Now, again, there's an unsubstantiated rumour that when it was brought up, it had a crate of bottles of brandy on board. So they're not sure whether that's what had caused the crash in the first place. But when they brought it up, the bottles of brandy had been completely untouched by the UV radiation, because the sun's rays can't penetrate through the trillions of peat particles, so it hadn't spoiled the brandy. So when it was brought up 30 years later, it was still perfectly drinkable.
Wow.
I
like that.
So that was the Wellington.
Do you know if anyone did try some?
In the Inverness area, it was sold out.
Oh wow!
Okay. It went private collectors, but it went and they tried it, and it was absolutely fine for drinking.
Amazing. Amazing. Whitley bomber stories. This is quite interesting. There's a chap who flies locally who has Whitley as his middle name because his dad, I believe, flew it. Fippen, correct me if I'm wrong. It says the 172. But he did have an esteemed history flying Nimrod at Kinloss.
And he wasn't conceived in the Whitley, no?
Well, it remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. My cousin Tom has said thank you so much. I'll let parents know.
Thank you, Tom.
What I'll do, Tom, is I'll give you Dave's email and you can get in touch if there's any more questions.
And everybody go on to History Matters Ltd. We're on Facebook, or go onto the website and send us any more questions or anything that we can help with. We've got lots of notes here that we're trying to work our way through. So. And unfortunately, I don't have anything tonight on Whitley. Do you know any Whitleys?
Not
Whitley
really.
stories?
Not really. More Lancaster chat, to be honest.
Sorry?
Yeah, don't use Chat GDP. But did we talk about the Mull Air Mystery?
Oh, the Great Mull Air Mystery. No, this is really cool. Yeah, this is really cool. So, 24th of December 1975, at the small grass airstrip of Glenforsa Airfield on the Isle of Mull in Scotland, 55-year-old former RAF pilot and musician Peter Gibbs, born Norman Peter Gibbs, took off on a solo night flight in a lighter aircraft under highly unusual and ill-advised conditions. Gibbs had been staying at the nearby Glenforsa Hotel and had hired a red and white Cessna Foxtrot 150 Hotel, registration Golf Alpha Victor Tango November, for the trip. That night.
Turn the lights down. Turn the lights down.
Turn It was.
Turn them off as well. Oh, that's a good point. Okay, fair enough.
It was moonless, sleet or heavy weather was reported. The airfield was unlit. No official runway lights. No, can't see it.
Can't see it.
He borrowed torches from his companion. That was perfect timing. I could have borrowed a torch from my companion, who remained on the ground to act as landing lights. Witnesses saw the aircraft taxiing slowly, engine running a long time, turning lights off, on, then take off into the darkness and vanish. His companion waited at the runway end with torches. Later, she returned alone, without having seen or heard the aircraft again. An immediate search was launched. Despite extensive land and sea searches at the time, no trace of the aircraft or the pilot was found initially. 4 months later, in April 1976, Gibbs's body was discovered by a shepherd on a hillside around 1 mile from the airfield, lying partly across a fallen tree. Yet, no aircraft wreckage was found at the time. The body showed no serious injuries, i.e. no evidence of a high-impact crash. The pathologist ruled death by exposure. Forensic tests reportedly showed no trace of saltwater or marine organisms on his clothing or boots, an odd fact if the aircraft had ditched at sea. Later, in the 1980s and 2004, underwater wreckage of a small plane believed to be his was reported in the Sound of Mull, but nothing conclusive. Because of all these discrepancies, the case has remained an unsolved mystery in aviation and local Scottish history. Possible explanations? The event has generated numerous theories, including accidental ditching. Maybe he misjudged the takeoff, landing in the dark, crashed into the sea, swam ashore, then died of hypothermia. Supports: steep hillside location, weather conditions, no major injuries. Unknown crash somewhere on land. Maybe he crashed somewhere remote, walked away, but collapsed on the hillside. The fact that he was found on land away from the obvious crash site supports this. Foul play or deliberate disappearance. Some propose, some say. He staged his own disappearance or was involved in something illicit. The initial behaviour, the night flight with unlit field and the torches, seems peculiar. Why it remains mysterious. The aircraft is still not definitively located. Without confirming Golf Alpha Victor Tango November's final resting place, it's hard to know exactly how the accident unfolded. The body's location. It was found in plain view, but was missed by the initial search parties. The lack of significant injuries or impact evidence. If he had crashed at speed, one would expect broken bones or a violent injury pattern. The absence feeds speculation. The odd night flight decision. For a well-experienced pilot to attempt a night takeoff landing on an unlit grass field in bad weather invites questions about his motive or his state of mind. The legacy? The case of the Great Mull Air Mystery is often cited in discussions of aviation safety, human factors, i.e. night flying with unfamiliar terrain, and in Scottish folklore of unsolved experiences. It has been featured in radio documentaries, podcasts, and written accounts. Dim, dim, dim.
I'm not going to sleep when I get home because of that.
So that's the Great Mull Air Mystery.
And that's really apt because, they say that night, and this is, stuff that we talk about all the time in aviation circles, is pre-flight planning, why things happen. Is there a way to mitigate it? Swiss cheese model kind of thing. And, a basic PPL pilot, not Greg, he's an advanced PPL pilot, can tell you that that's right on. But there's some interesting stuff that's just coming. Go on.
We like Dave Fyfe, interesting info.
Yeah, like this, an engagement.
Thanks, Nick.
And then my dad, who's using my account, has commented and
How you listen?
He's like that.
it's my dad. He said the day of the Wellington bomber commemoration service at Loch Ness was the day that those two met. My mum and my dad met.
Oh, wow. There you go.
So if that had never crashed,
You would not be here.
I would not be here.
Yeah. So you have to. Yep. You have to. So possibly he has to thank Brandy.
So I've got to find brandy. I do like a brandy occasionally. Yeah, I do.
Someone was fated.
And then my cousin Tommy has been back again. I told you he'd love this. He said we also surveyed the Ferry Command AM261, a prototype B-24 crash on Goat Fell, North Goat Fell.
So my dad grew up in the Isle of Arran, and he talked about that, being a wee boy and going up and seeing some of the wreckage, which was a lot newer than back in the day.
It's amazing how this all ties. It's great. I love it. I'm just checking the time. We'll sum up, shall we?
Yeah, I think so.
So looking ahead and personal reflections and passion, I'll just give you the floor. What makes you tick history-wise, and what do you think's gonna, or what are you gonna make happen in the history to make, not in history, in your work to make sure that everyone knows what has come before them?
Yeah, great questions, and we are extraordinarily lucky to be given an opportunity to do what we do and how we do it. We got into it because we wanted to bring history to life for people. Both Susie and I experienced history at school, where your teacher would stand in front of you at the blackboard, write this whole list of dates and information down, and then get you to regurgitate that for an exam to pass that to go on to the next year. Yeah, where we studied, it was about the Industrial Revolution, the First World War and the Second World War, which, whilst being really important, didn't really cover where we were living at the time to learn about our local history. So what we have is an opportunity and a real desire to bring that history to life for people, whether it's through education or whether it's through entertainment. So, for example, when we are doing our Christmas Matters things next month, I don't know if you've seen the photos that we put up with Santa in this cockpit, and this was him getting in practice for Christmas Eve to practice his sleigh ride. We're going to be doing something called Christmas Matters, where the children get a chance to meet Santa while they're waiting to meet him. And Susie and I will be elves telling the children all about the history of Christmas from around the world. What we're really hoping to do is to have the understanding and the knowledge for the children that Santa is red and white because of Coca-Cola, because of some incredible marketing and advertising, but we're looking to pass a can of iron brew to him and see whether we can have his robes changed to orange and blue, for example.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're doing that.
Other orange drinks are available.
They are, yeah.
Not as nice.
When you've been iron brewed. We've got lots and lots. We've got lots of planning meetings this month for what's going to be already a busy 2026. We've been asked about a zombie orienteering course. We've been asked to provide over 50 performers who all specialise with different aspects of Scottish history. They're all incredibly well researched and passionate about what they do. So they're going to be bringing over 91 different Scottish characters to life. Some of whom you can see on the website at 15 different properties throughout Scotland. We've got a meeting with Bamborough Castle to talk about murder mysteries and about ghost tours. We're doing the Bruce Festival down in Dunfermline that had approximately 19,000 people come to it last year and learn all about Robert the Bruce, Edward Bruce, and the Scots Wars of Independence. So a few school visits. So we did a great one for Hopeman. For Hopeman Primary, came and learned all about the
Respect.
Second World War, and the children learning about the tank cubes and the all of the anti-tank stuff that went on there on the Moray coast. With Susie had them building a diorama in the sand, and they would design their own tank defences. And I was getting marching them up and down like the home guard, looking at the pillbox up in the cliffs, and then looking down. Yeah, so much. We're incredibly lucky, and it is a passion just to be given opportunities like this to come in and to have a chat with all of you guys at home and all of you about the about history.
Absolutely.
Hey, you're not saying you only have 3 nights twice when you need Tinder account.
I mean,
It's always something, right?
it's better than nothing, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, and my beautiful assistant off the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there even more questions to finish on?
No,
Oh no, more.
Is,
Is there more?
This is a
Go
great
on.
one. Where is it, Suze? Bottom of the other page. Bottom of the other page there it is. Okay. Fingers on the buzzers, everybody at home and here in the cockpit. Something significant happened 116 years ago to the day.
What do you mean I was born?
And what happened is linked into a really popular saying we have at the moment. When something is unbelievable and there's not much chance of it happening, you say something
Unbelievable. Sorry.
unbelievable.
I gotta do the Trump. Unbelievable.
So, 116 years ago today, something happened to mirror an expression where something is unbelievable. What do you say when something is so unbelievable that it'll never happen?
Can't swear on the stream,
No.
can we? No. Oh. Magnificent. Can't believe my eyes.
Yeah, to do with flying. If something is incredible, what might fly?
Pigs might fly. Pigs might
Well
fly.
done. So,
Oh.
116 years ago to the day, the first animal to fly on an aeroplane happened when John Moore Brabazon, in the short biplane number 2, took a pig, later named Icarus II, aloft on November the 4th, 1909, as a joke to prove the adage that pigs could fly.
Hey! And on that note, we've been an hour and 4 minutes, so just 4 minutes over. But and it's the 4th of November as well, so 4 minutes. But absolute pleasure having you in with us. And as always, if anyone has any questions or wants to get in touch with Dave and get involved, just let us know. And get the raffles. So
Yeah, get the
I've got to
raffles,
read
yeah.
out the raffle again, and this is hopefully it's going to be better than it was last night. Because, to be honest with you, I hadn't actually seen the list before. Right, here we go. Tell you what, because we've had compliments on Dave's voice, go on. Go on. So just this list of...
Well, this is what's available to win.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
I'm just going to close my eyes and just enjoy this.
Okay. So tonight on the raffle, you are able to win the Dalvey Watch, the Dalvey Watch gift kit, the Orbix Jurassic World add-on, the Orbix 3-month Volanta subscription, the Orbix Brisbane V2 for MSFS, the Max Flight Stick Airbus H145, the Wheel Specialist £100 voucher, the V8 Barber. Oh, I hope I win this one. Yeah, so. The V8 Barber £20 voucher, 2K Customs £180 voucher, First Class Windscreens and Tinting £180 voucher, Whiskey. Yeah. What's that? Scalarchy MCDU ×2. Highland Aviation 30-minute flight. Experience Gift Scotland flight for one person, Inverness 20 minutes. Or Fiona Matheson has very kindly donated a luxury silk scarf.
Look at that.
Sorry?
To win,
Yeah.
you have to donate. Not a kidney, not a lung, not your eyes, not anything like that. Just some cold hard cash.
Yeah, how much?
It's up to you, isn't it?
The more you
The more you donate, the more chances you're going to win. So I recommend you
What do pounds
donate.
make?
Prizes, potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Can't guarantee you're going to win, but you've got to be in it to win it.
Unless you just slip me a brown envelope and then.
All right. See what you can do.
But thank you again to Dave, and we're going to probably go for a wee break because we're on the ground. Oh, 20 minutes. Well,
Is it time for a commercial break?
a commercial
Yeah.
plane break. There you go. Funny. Okay. Well, we're on the ground in Milan, and we're going to Algiers in Tunisia. Is it Tunisia?
Somewhere that way, yeah.
Somewhere that way. So we'll get underway in just a minute.
That's if they go to flying or not.
To World Flight 2025. We're so excited to have you with us as part of this global aviation event, raising money for a fantastic cause. You can scan the barcode on screen or follow the link in the live stream description to make a donation, and when you do, you'll automatically receive raffle tickets for the chance to win some amazing prizes. A huge thank you to our brilliant sponsors and supporters who have made this possible. From Max Flight Stick, we have an incredible Airbus H145 dual controls setup, perfect for anyone passionate about helicopter simulation. Scalarchy have donated 2 Airbus desktop line MCDUs, bringing realistic Airbus flight deck control right to your desk. From the Highlands, Dalvey have contributed a stunning skeletal wrist watch, along with a gift set featuring a matching watch and cufflinks, combining craftsmanship with timeless design. Orcs have provided some fantastic digital prizes, including a Jurassic World Archipelago Pack for MSFS 2024, 2 3-month Volanta subscriptions, and Brisbane V2 for MSFS 2020 or 2024. There are also unforgettable flying experiences, a 30-minute 2-seat flight from Highland Aviation, and a 20-minute introductory flight from Experience Gift Scotland, both right here in Inverness. And finally, we have